Picnic committee members are Randy Sandman, Cleo Perkins, David Henricks, Derek Coons. Others serving on the committee are Mark Liscombe, Cindy and Chad Lotman, Jim and Marla Weichel, Doug Lotman, Mildred Cotis, and Diane Wellsand. If you see any of these folks around the parade and picnic this evening, please do extend your appreciation, as well as to any of the volunteers and the business people who make a point to go this extra mile to welcome you to our community, and we're always so very delighted when you choose to come and join us. We know tonight there were a lot of things to choose from. The races in Fairbury, we hope are well attended. The races in Beatrice, we hope are well attended. The Sterling Picnic is tonight, as well as the Chautauqua, which we encourage many of you to consider attending. It extends through Tuesday of this coming week. And we have a community wedding going on this evening as well, so lots of choices for people to make, and we're glad you made the choice to come and join us here tonight. Don't forget again that we have a variety of places that you might satisfy your hunger. Here are the magic moments. This evening we're going to have some fun, we're going to have some serious thoughts, and to start out our evening, Joe Novotny, a member of a motorcycle organization, came up with a wonderful idea along with his members to extend the color guard down the entire parade route. They are providing flags which will extend 2+ blocks down the parade route and on around the corner, so that as we are honored with the Star-Spangled Banner and the beginning of our parade, each of you will have a flag to salute. Also, I wanted to point out, we do not have real tight homeland security this evening, but up on top of the Country Star, we do have none other than Larry Germer, who is filming the entire event, not so much for our safety, but for memory's sake. So if you ever want a copy of the parade, it is videotaped on an annual basis, and it is made available to organizations, care facilities, nursing homes, and the like, to share the parade and the event with those who may not have been able to attend for whatever reason. So I'm sure if you contacted any of the picnic committee members, you would be more than welcome to borrow a copy. Or if you would like to have a copy of your own, I'm sure that they would gladly make arrangements for a copy to be cut for you. So I did want to make you aware of those several things, and I think we are probably ready to signal the start of the parade. So cover your ears and the siren will sound. With the siren, we signal the begin of the Diller Picnic Parade 2008. 2004, I got my years mixed up.
Oh, see, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed as the twilight's last gleam, whose bright and bright stars through the perilous night o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streamed, and
Thank you very much, Brad. I was not aware that we were going to have the Star Spangled Banner at that moment, or I would have had introduced Brad Paul to you, a very talented gentleman from the community of Diller, and we thank you, Brad, always for sharing your talent so comfortably and confidently. So, with that, let's enjoy a parade as we look at the south end of Commercial Street this evening. We have our Jefferson County Sheriff's escort. We have Sheriff Mel Sorensen leading off our parade. And following the escort, we welcome first of all the VFW Honor Guard from Fairbury Post 3113. My apologies. As I look, we first have our Season Honor Guard leading off our parade. Then followed by the VFW Honor Guard from Fairbury, Nebraska. And the Marine Corps League Color Guard, who comes to us from Marysville, Kansas. And following the red, white, and blue, shared by Joe Novotny and his motorcycle club friends. We thank you all. And at this point in time, as we remember those who are so bravely serving our country and supporting world freedom, it is very humbling to reflect on the gift that they are giving by a brief moment of honor of the red, white, and blue. Thank you all for that reminder. By the way, the motorcycle club, which just was part of our honor guard, is the Husker Boys from Lincoln. Their motto is Destination Friendship. The membership is from all over southeast Nebraska. What a great addition to the parade this evening, Brad. Hey, go! provide this service. And when we think of what makes small The Diller Community Float is coming through next. The Diller Community Club is an active organization within the community that provides a variety of services for the community. They are the key organization which puts on the Diller Picnic. They also organize the open houses at the holidays, as well as the Santa visit. They also put on the card parties. They look into civic needs and they sponsor and support those. And we thank them for the efforts that they have provided in the past and continue to provide today. Next, we have the rolling wheels antique cars. We have a 62 Studebaker Hawk. Arnold Behrens of Beatrice has brought that to us. Followed close behind Richard and Mary Kay Alsterhouse of Beatrice, bringing their 1954 Ford Victoria. Now, I'm 49 years old. That car was made the year before I was born. So that brings back some great magic moments to me of growing up, going to church with neighbors and friends that rode in cars such as that. Hi, Donna. Roy and Donna Miller from Beatrice are here, and Donna was telling me that they've had a busy day. They're here this evening with their 1951 Ford, but earlier today, they escorted a bride and groom in Beatrice in their Model A. So I think it was wonderful they made the effort to be here this evening as well. Next, we have Harry and Joan Gardner of Beatrice with their 1964 Studebaker GT Hawk. Now that would be worth going to the prom in. Even in this day and age, that would be worth going to the prom in. Oh yeah. A 1966 Mustang with Dick and Jane Stevens of Beatrice. Dick's last name is a familiar one to our community, and we're always delighted when he shares his wonderful automobile. Now, I'm not a car buff, so I can't tell you what's going down the street right now as far as style, make, and gear, but I gotta tell you, that's the car I'd like to have in my garage. That's the car. You want to go to prom in? Okay. You go in that one, I'll go in the other one, and then we'll just have to find a prom that will accept us. Like, I don't know, are we good enough for the old fogies prom yet? I'm thinking, oh, okay. Didn't know what the age was on that. Next, a Fury 3 owned by Louis and Janice Carr. It's always good to see Janice. I met her years ago, and I only get to see her at the Diller Picnic time. So it's always nice when she comes through. I always like their automobiles. I always like to see Janice, too.
Next we got the Shriners. Talk a little bit about the Shriners. There are 3 shrine temples in Nebraska. The Shrine Temple is located in Lincoln, Nebraska, called the Sesostris Temple. This year, the toast is illustrious Sir Neil Henry. There are 18 orthopedic children's hospitals, all supported by the Shriners you see on the street, and not one child has ever paid a dime for this care. There are also 3 burn institutes where they help the child who has been burned. These Shriners sponsor the North-South high school football game and the Shriner Soccer Classic. They are all Masons, and this is known as the world's greatest philanthropy. Member of the Shrine is Devon. These men are the officers who cross the temple and manage the affairs of the shrine. They are all volunteers who serve without pay. We also have the Harleys, Captain Eldon Overzolka. I hope I said that right. The Harleys ride the large Harley Davidson. They were organized in 1971 to flee from the Central States and participate in Nebraska Land Days in North Platte and to escort dignitaries. We also have the Mustangs, led by Captain Dennis Biggerstaff. The Mustangs are a group of Sesostris nobles with 1965 through 1968 classic Ford Mustang convertibles with original factory colors. This unit was formed in the spring of 1977 with 6 members. It now has a membership of 25 nobles. The unit attends many parades and always appreciates the welcome response given by the people and try to acknowledge them as the parade moves along. They say thank you and are very happy to be here. Coming up, we have the Blue Valley Firemen Director Donald Steve. Organized in 1971, this group regularly attends parades in this area. This 1956 American LaFrance fire truck and 6 mini trucks are owned, maintained, and operated by members of the firemen who promote triangle. This is the Shrine Clown.
Yeah. He wanted you to know he's the only one here, so he's got a lot of work to do tonight.
Formed by 13 starting members in 1992. They parade antiques, especially autos, trucks, and motorcycles. American-made, 20 years old, exciting, being one of the leading grinders in the parade participation. They collect empty aluminum cans and other scrap metals for fundraising. If you care to contribute to these efforts, contact the Soccer Shrine office in Lincoln and or any other members, and they will make certain you have a way of helping to make a difference. Their officers for 2004 are Captain Bill Leopard, Lieutenant Roger Duhite, and Secretary Treasurer Paul Campbell. Their motto is Cruising for Our Kids.
I tell you what, I just want to say that these cars are not necessarily made to go at this speed. So kudos to these guys who control and keep you down and breathe for your enjoyment. Because these cars are meant to move and not just slow. Maybe we'll have to do the several songs. There again, I don't think they have that many like golden age songs, do they? I would ride in that car. Oh, that's good for homecoming. The orange one, yeah. Do you think if we put these on our Christmas list, anything would happen? I don't have that big a tree anyway, so okay. Dream on.
Thank you to Cruiser Classic. Next we have the Hillbilly Clan 136, Ron Hopkins, with the Rattle of the Clan, Pat, Kent, Bill, Keller, Keeper of the Cow, Bill Cave, Guardian of the Still, other cousin Bill, Hillbilly Clan 136 is the one people with 1992. They are Hillbilly clans within most Shrine Temple international.
I want to meet the keeper of the cob. Oh, no, both of you are raising your hand, and there's only one name read. Who is the keeper of the cob? Oh, that one. Okay, I'm not shaking your hand. All right. Oh, who's the keeper of the still? Ooh, he's clever. I'm going to party in this place, you know. You know what? If I go to the shop, that's about what I'll get to writing. Hey, you tell ya. Come on, Rocket.
There are 215 stocks of hillbillies. The wife is hillbilly now. There are 192 hillbilly now. Give me the ball. Next we have the Blue Valley Tri-Cast, led by Captain Myers. The Tri-Cast were formed in the late 60s and 12-person precision drilling parade competition. They have performed in parades in southeast Nebraska and northern Kansas, as well as competed in national and regional competitions. Over the years, they have regularly played in the top 3 spots, most recently in 1997 national competition in St. Louis, where they won first and second place.
We are frantically checking our entry forms because, unfortunately, at the moment we are not locating any information to share with you on the next wonderful equestrian entry that we have, but we will share with you that this is the Pioneer Shrine Club from Fairbury and Cedric. They are sponsors of the 4th of July Picnic in Fairbury, which has been a wonderful weekend, wonderful tourist event here in Jefferson County. and also the horses in Hebron. We thank them for that wonderful event that's become a tradition for many of us in southeast Nebraska and northeast Kansas. The very 4th of July. Wonderful, wonderful flea market. Next, here's a float I know a little bit about. This is a float called Reading is Magical. And it is my delight to welcome all of our young magicians this evening. Hello, folks, with Wizard Betsy Stoker on the float and Rosalind Henneberg helping keep our wizards under control. Thank you to Alan Galt for pulling the float through, which is brought to you by the fundraisers organization of Diller. Hocus Pocus, gobbledygook, let's find the magic that hides in a book was the theme for this year's reading program that lasted the 4 Fridays during the month of June. About 70 different children enjoyed the reading program, and we're delighted they could come with you.
Next we have Dial Express. As you can see, the train is on the screen. We'd like to get on board with Dial Diller, celebrating 105 years of Diller telephone. Serving communities Diller, Carmine, Odell, and Virginia. Be sure to check out Dial has to offer at www.dial.com.net.
It takes you to infinity and beyond. Next we have a famous Diller Picnic parade. The horses, band, all this great musical instrument parade. This organization is on the side of the float. This organization always honors a scholarship winner in each of the communities of Hanover, Philadelphia, Marysville, Washington, and we always thank them for the time they take to share their talents with us. Take a moment and enjoy their music. The light orange, the orange is the color for this entry. We have a 1945 Model B Ellis Chalmers tractor. It was restored in 1995 by Harold and Sharon Bly, and it's driven by Sharon. We want to say happy birthday to her because today is her birthday. Do you want people to know that, Sharon? You don't care. There's only one option, a birthday or, so happy birthday and thank you for coming to join us.
Next we have a 1938 Alice Chalmers tractor, also owned by Bill Black. Restored in 1994. Tractor driven by Roger Wells, Bill Black Corner. Tonight driven by Jeff Black, Roger's son. Behind him we have Harold Black, Tokyo, A and tractor team. Amazing slow loading job, using the mountain up. Harold and Harold Black, Harold and Sharon Black.
Aren't those unique machines? They're such one-of-a-kind things. Here's another great one, a Ford, a 1948 Ford, which is owned by Pastor Weaver, who is currently serving at St. John's Lincoln Church as the actress, and it is driven by his grandson, Ian and Seth of Omaha. So we're delighted that they brought their farm entries to our parade this evening. I have to say, those bring back some great magic memories to me. My dad had a Ford tractor, and I can remember some silly stories and some stories of hard work from that little tractor. So it's fun to bring back a memory.
Next we have the Friends of the Hollenberg Station, Hanover, Kansas. Pony Express Festival is Sunday, August 29th. Church services are at 11 a.m. Living history demonstrations all day, and everyone welcome, young and old.
We've gone down to the Hanover celebration in August. Hanover is a very welcoming community. They put on a wonderful 4th of July celebration on July the 3rd with an awesome fireworks display and a musical event that evening. And we are always appreciative when they take the time to come and join us for our celebration. Here we have Midwest Products in Hanover, Kansas since 1947. They are ready-mix, concrete and sand, gravel and rock provider, and they are here with a 1964 Cadillac entry. Next, we have the Hanover Chamber of Commerce. They do want to welcome you to their days of 49, and here's the dates, guys. Write them down. August the 19th, the 20th, and the 21st. Now, they have 2 nights of Good Parade. That's on the 20th and the 21st at 6:30 p.m. They are going to have the Marshall County Alumni Band concert on Thursday. And then they have the, another band concert after the parade on Saturday. And of course they have all kinds of activities in between. So please do go down and enjoy our neighbors to the south and the efforts they go to provide a great celebration for you.
Next we have a pickup driven by Larry Crossell. This is here for Endicott Ford Acres Day, United Methodist Church sponsorship. Everybody who would like to attend, it's October 2nd.
Oh, and do mark that down. Do you like horseradish? Go to Endicott. You can get the best fresh ground horseradish of anywhere around. They grind it every year and sell it along with baked goods, homemade candy. They have an auction. I highly recommend it. Welcome to a friend who has come before, Mitzi and her driver. This is a Farmall H brought to us by Richard Cruz. Brandon Cruz is great-grandson of Henry Cruz, is the driver of the second tractor. We do have to acknowledge that we live in a rural community, and we enjoy a variety of different things, including wonderful, loud, new tractors that don't look anything like tractors, and wonderful old vintage tractors that remind us of how things have changed over the years. So we thank you for bringing that wonderful, magical reminder of farming in the past.
Okay, Jeff, I have a small announcement to make. We just asked that Randall or Lori Devotney, license 36076, please move your pickup parked in front of the ambulance driver. If you can do that, we would appreciate it.
Next, we have an entry from Farmers Cooperative. We have Magical Plastic Seed is an experimental West Coast slinger. So you know what? I know the guy who just brought me the candy, and I believe in the slinger thing for sure. You know what? He kind of flings it here and flings it there. So I'd say that we'll just kind of hold out on investing any money in this kind of magical experimentation. The one thing of it would be, Brad, this would be one flower I could probably grow and not kill, you know? So we thank our friends from Farmers Co-op for that entry. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about this entry right here. Why, hee-haw, look fire. We got Pastor Mark Lutzman and his wife, Jan, and their favorite friend. Here to bring us the DDT float, a redneck spring vacation. While there we got palm trees, and we got the big guy and the little girl with the TV out there, and the toilet paper, and the fishing pole, and the flamingos, and the bandwagon. I can't say it gets much better than that. Can you? Do notice the handmade festooning on the edge of the float, made for you by none other than Isaac Rolf's bandanaed young man on the float. We are glad to bring this entry to you and welcome you to the Diller Picnic Parade for 2004. Next, we welcome Stephanie Bozachek from Lincoln, And Stephanie, I do apologize if my pronunciation of your last name was inaccurate. But we do welcome you. We are so glad to have you here, and we also wish you the best of luck in the state check days competition coming up in August. Cindy's hair care float, being told by Sean Mottman, is entitled Magic Moments. Pictures of magic, like first haircut, ribbons at the fair, wedding days, and a kiss from the clown. Oh, wonderful, wonderful, magical memories. This is such a wonderful entry that I hope somewhere along the line we have an opportunity to just pause and reflect on all of the magic moments that are being shared in this entry this evening. Thank you, Cindy's Hair Care, for this entry. Mama Carter's construction has been in business since 1976. They're all graduates from Diller High School and have been supporting their community for years. Here this evening, they are sharing with you one of their latest great pieces of equipment, which is an addition of Lawton Carpenter's construction. Our work here is magic. Well, okay. Let's give this a bit of credit to the inventor of the machine, but you gotta know how to run it too. You might have seen some time back Doug Lawton was featured in the paper as a representative for their business, sharing the amount of work that they do with the laser spread across the United States. Very impressive. Next, we have another entry from Lawton Carpenter Construction. These guys are full of tricks, and of course, we know this. There are times we're proud to say they graduated from Diller, and then there are other times when, you know, well. But anyway, you know what? We gotta give this guy credit because not only did he pull a rabbit out of the hat, he pulled one honking rabbit out of the hat. Tell you what, how many meals did we make off that rabbit, do you think? A whole bunch. Is it a tender rabbit or a tough rabbit? I know what. I want that rabbit's tail on my keychain. That's what I want.
CNC processing, locally owned, Diller, Nebraska. Looks like you got
A what?
Polish machine.
What?
Polish machine.
A Polish machine.
That's the combo.
Okay.
Polish.
Well, please explain.
Well, I think it's
Okay, let's just try and figure it out. Well, while they're coming up with this, you want to say that CNC of Diller is celebrating their 10th anniversary. They've made a number of expansions. They serve a wide region, and they have a very thriving internet business. So, you know, I'm not sure I've ever seen the federal meeting that we're in, but I don't know. If my Polish are coming out of this thing, I think we need to hire a new inspector. Okay, so the combine switches into the machine. Okay, so we got the reel, switching it in. And then by some form of wonderful magic, it makes a saw. Just a mechanical marvel to say the least. It's a CNC sausage machine with none other than Chad Robbins, the owner of the business, digging, swinging the weenies. He's doing the weenie swinging today. I'm sure the University of Nebraska's Mechanical Engineering Department department would love to figure out that unit that you created.
We want to quick mention with C&C. They are also the home of the Blue Valley brand and Pony Express brand. USDAG for pork processing, deer processing, and once again, visit their website at bluevalleybrand.com.
Awesome stuff, too. And then we've got a 1940 John Deere Model B tractor brought to us by Diller Picnic. Driving is 1940 John Deere. I'm looking to see about when did you restore this tractor? Just within the last year, how many hours of work did you have to put into it? Oh, just a lot. You put a lot of work into it. It's wonderful. Was it in pretty good shape when you started, or it needs a lot of work? You were very fortunate. You started out with something to work with. He says it's been in the family for a number of years. You have something to really be proud of. Thanks for sharing it. Bye-bye.
Next we have the Farmall 80 tractor belonging to Ron Marsh. This tractor belongs to Ron's wife, grandfather, Everett Ryan, on City, before being purchased and restored by Ron. Looks really great, Ron.
Oh, yeah. That's wonderful. Very excited to see the steel wheel tractor. It would be if you like to get that on the field and see it really moving. That's a beautiful piece of equipment. Next, we have an entry driven by Danielle Breeden. We have Campbell Carmen and Morgan Boa. Also Cody and Drew. The departments are writing. This is the entry from the 3D Extension Club. It is a dream home. Oh my. Everybody dreams of having that special castle. Your very own. Beautiful. Thank you to the 3D group. Well, here's our friends from KUTT 99.5. We reminded you earlier, taking advantage of the opportunity to register for this vehicle. It's a 2004 Pontiac Vibe. It's an unusual, different unit. It's never been and it's really not a car. It's kind of a great combination. They encourage you to listen to KUT 99.5 for the next chance to register to win this unit, which will be given away at a drawing in December.
Next we have business by the name of Ken. They have cabinet refacing. Their closing is don't replace, reface. Don't replace, reface your existing cabinets for third or less cost. New ones or wood cabinets. Work done in 4 days or less.
Boy, that sounds promising.
Yes, the person to contact Neil Miller.
Wow, where's this from?
This is from Weimar.
From Weimar? Oh my gosh. That beats all the pieces pulling the cabinets out pretty big enough. Yeah, it would just put my kitchen into even more of a disaster. I think I need to minimize that. Here we have an entry by Dave Anderson. He is bringing his pickup this evening, encouraging you to consider him as a strong candidate for Norris Public Power District Director. Dave currently serves as an official or a supervisor for Gage County and is looking to take on a new job. Dave, do you not have enough to do? Oh, now you want to be an electric power guy. Yeah, he wants a little more power. So we encourage you to visit with Dave this evening, get his perspective on or his vision for Norris Public Power, and he's asking you for your vote.
Next we have the Wilbur check float, and on the float we have the Queen Amanda Buswell, Princess Savannah Kiesel, daughter of Kirk and Sandy Kiesel, Prince Lucas Broad, son of Brian and Shelley Broad, and they would like to welcome you to the Wilbur Check Day, August 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Now, some of the special things at the Diller Tech Day, home auction. polka music. Watch the polka music. Evo. Oh, here? Oh, well, see, I don't see Jack so well. She's definitely qualified for the position. She can speak multiple languages and say, here, we're impressed. Do visit with them there. Their celebration is the first part of August. They are very gracious hosts, and I know would love to entertain you. Here we have several antique tractor entries at 1928, Oil Pearl Brumley and a John Deere. Lynn Jansen is bringing them to the parade this evening. Glenn Hales from Plymouth, Nebraska, and we thank both Glenn and his guests for sharing their wonderful examples of tractor history with us.
Next we have, looks like the Gage County Fair and Expo banner. This year's theme for the Gage County Fair, Tropical Flare, and carrying the banner are members of the Odell 4A Club.
Oh my, what a beautiful statement. Much like earlier when I mentioned kind of a sobering thought that came to my mind as we brought the Million Flags through. This is a beautiful entry brought to us from St. Paul's Lutheran Church. All magic moments are created by God and by God's miracles. The committee is Tony Landenberger, Pencil Gears, Bob Wears is driving, and thanks St. Paul for this very elegant and beautiful entry. Thank you.
Okay, we'd like to take another announcement. Same announcement. We need to have Randall or Lori Novotny from Wymore. Please move their pickup parked in front of the ambulance drive. If not, the pickup will need to be towed. We'd appreciate your cooperation.
Next, we have a magic carpet ride brought to us by Ralph Transfer of Diller. Here we have Jasmine and Aladdin riding the magic carpet. Of course, Jasmine is Sarah Schmidt, and Gavin Ragland is playing the part of Aladdin. And we thank Stan and Robin Walsh for bringing this beautiful entry to the parade this evening as we think about magic moment. Also, I want to point out that we have Carmen Ragland and Megan Walsh who are walking alongside sharing trees. And I can't resist the moment to say that Carmen Ragland is the owner and proprietor of Sweet Creations North of Diller. She does wonderful baking. She makes candy and all kinds of good things. So if you're not a baker but you like to eat, Carmen's the lady to contact. Nora's Public Power brings this entrance to us. We always appreciate their support in our parade. Nora's Public plays such a key role for us, and they often go unsung. They are there when the lights are out. They are there when the lights are on. They come to our community and put the Christmas decorations up, and often assist in getting things ready for our Diller Picnic celebration. They, with their Roundup program, are truly a community service organization, sponsoring very worthwhile projects in many, many communities, school districts, and regional projects. So we thank Nora's Public for their continued work and service. We welcome this evening Tom Faxon, who has brought an entry to represent Astro Buildings. He asks you to contact your local dealer, which is D&K at Odell, Nebraska. And I have a feeling that there are some of you in the audience this evening who have done just that, to perhaps have one of their Astro Buildings sitting on your property. So thank you, Tom, for coming through this evening and for promoting your business.
Our next entry is Chester Community Club. They are advertising the Chester Fest.
I have an opportunity on occasion to visit Chester, and I want to compliment them. They are a very visionary community, a very attractive community. When you drive through, you certainly feel welcome, and it shows that they have people within their community working to maintain a vibrant community. So we are delighted to have you here this evening and are happy to promote your Chester Fest coming up on July 17th, which is next weekend. We see that you have Dustin Evans, a very popular performer in the area, and they invite you to come and have food, fun, music, and beer. Hey, party, party. Thank you, Chester. Our next entry is the Southern Gate Community Pride Group. Their pickup is driven by Jason Tennant, and they're promoting a rising Nashville star who is going to be performing in Blue Springs on August the 6th. Their concert is going to be at 8:30. It is the Rotor, and I see here that you can buy tickets today. So when they can contact the chamber office in Wymore for tickets, Jason's shaking his head yes. Yes, Jason's shaking his head yes. So if you want to attend and want to get tickets, contact the business in Wymore. I'm sure they would be able to help you get those. Now we also have the train. Oh, this is awesome. This is so cool. Thanks for bringing your train, guys. This is also brought to us by the Community Pride Organization. They remind us of the 2004 Sam Wymore Days. We have writing princess Jill Mullen, and it is so nice to have her here as a representative of her community. Their celebration was held in June, and we are delighted to have our neighbors here. You are being encouraged to consider Gary Thompson when you visit the polls. Gary is being asked to be re-elected to the Norris Public Power Board. He has represented our interests on the board for over 12 years, and he asked me to re-elect him for continued leadership in renewable energy, economic development, and power resources. Definitely all projects of vision. So consider Gary as a candidate that you might vote for. Odell. The State Bank of Odell is being represented by employees and owners. It's so good to see Jeff Kennedy inside. We've got Jim Stanishek inside. Welcome all of you this evening. It is so good to have you here. They remind us that they are serving the area since 1907. My gosh, guys, another 3 years and you can have yourself a Wanda birthday party. And yes, this is good news. They received approval this week to open the bridge here in Diller. It will be open in August. That is exciting to me. So, good news. Thank you, Bill. Next, we got Brad Sass coming through the 2004 Dodge Ram Turbo Diesel. I want to know if you pulled that through the mud today, Brad? Yeah, looks pretty good for him going through the mud. Next, Robbie Barnes is being pulled through because, again, that car is not meant to go slow unless the engine is not on. It's a 68 Dodge Coronet 440. It's a supercharged motor with 750 horsepower. Okay, I'm going to that in the prom for prom if I'm late. Okay, if I'm late for prom, I'll write in that. Very neat. Next, we have an entry brought to us by the Cops organization. It says, hand in hand, together we can take down ostensibly. Cops meets the challenge that I would ask. Okay, you are an organization that meets in Beatrice. Okay, and I see that you're having your open house on Saturday, August the 7th at Parkview Center at 9 a.m. Now, will that be where you will meet each week? Okay, and will that be the time you'll meet each week? Okay, so if somebody wants to consider joining your group, are they to call Parkview and ask questions? Oh, just come on in. Well, then just remember August the 7th at 9 in the morning. Parkview and the Tops group in Beatrice will be there to welcome you.
Next, we have the Democrats leading America with the hope, optimism, and sense of common purpose that have always been at the center of America's response to challenging times. Driven by Ed, and I hope I don't stress his last name, but I'm sure it's
Swagger.
Swagger. Very good. That's very, very.
I only know Ed, that's why. I wasn't part of it.
Thanks, Ed. Help me out.
Anytime. Once in a while I know something worth sharing. It's not always. Now, again, we have the opportunity to welcome the contestants for the Miss Jefferson County pageant. Earlier this evening, prior to the parade, we had the opportunity to have a personal one-on-one introduction with each of these young ladies to find out what their interests are and their future aspirations. We do want to remind you that the crowning of Miss Jefferson County will be held this coming Thursday evening in front of the grandstand at the Jefferson County Fair prior to the musical program. It is, let's see, I think it says we have 8 contestants. Yes, at one time I thought there were 9, but there are 8 contestants, and Sarah Reyes, the reigning Miss Jefferson County, is seated and greeting you from the back of the float. Thank you.
Next we have Kathy Selton representing the Beatrice Daily Sun as a penny press.
Yep. Well, I tell you what, when I don't get my Beatrice paper, it's a cause for concern. The one, no, actually I can't say it's the one paper I read. I get both the Beatrice paper and the Fairbury paper. They going to go through both of them entirely. In fact, my sister and brother-in-law, who are out of the country at the fishing camp in Canada 6 months out of the year, use the internet to access local news via the internet. And they check out the local information that Beatrice Daily Sun puts into the internet. So they are not only linked to the community, but they are linked to the world. All right, we told you we could solve your problem if you didn't want to cook tonight. Now we can solve your problem if you don't want to clean. This is the entry from the Diller Cleaning Service where perfection is the norm. And we might say also that it's no magic either because the owners and operators of the business are very, very hardworking. We're delighted to have them in the community and hope that their endeavors work out well. They started in October of 2003. They want to thank everyone for their support and for their developing client list. They are growing faster than they could imagine, and they are so thankful for that. Tanya Floty would love to visit with you if you have any services in the cleaning line that you might like her to provide. Please take note of the phone number that is listed on the van.
Okay, next we have a beautiful Ford truck representing Beatrice Ford Lincoln Mercury. we want to tell you they're committed to their customers. They have over 4 million vehicles in inventory to choose from. When you buy a vehicle from Beatrice, Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, you get a full tank of gas, free pickup, and a free pickup and delivery. Let me restate that. You get a free pickup and delivery for service within 60 miles of Beatrice.
Boy, there for a minute I was really excited. It's like you buy one, you get one. There for a minute, you buy a pickup, you get a pickup. Okay, now I get it. Now I get it. You read it right. That's way too pretty a pickup to have run through the mud dragons today. That just would have been fun. Next we have Ron and Judy Lorenz with a 1964 Corvette Corvair Spider. I almost said I don't have my reading glasses on, Ron and Judy. That's why I'm up for that golden prom instead of the regular high school prom. So, have to look at the car and see it's not a Corvette, it's a Corvair. And that's a fun car. Do you go cruising in that? Do you? I would if I were you. That's a car to be proud of. It's one of those that's unique enough that when you're at the stoplight, you know people are looking. That's pretty cool. Thanks for coming tonight. Next, Ryan Behrens is coming through, advertising his business in Beatrice. Now, I don't know so much that Brian is actually promoting Brian's auto body in Beatrice, or is Brian promoting his new grandson? Kind of like Gary Behrens, you know, let's be honest here. Magic moments are about family, and there's a cute little one, much to be proud of. We are so delighted to have another entry of tractors. This one is driven by Warren Navy, with the second driven by Vernon Navy. These are farm-all tractors, the first being a 350, and the second being a 300. Now, this unit did not have an antique tractor pull. There's been a joke around our house for years. I always came to the antique tractor pull, and I would go home and I would tell Dean, I said, I love that tractor pull. Because those tractors go blacka, 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 blacka. And Dean goes, they do not. I said they do too. When I was a little kid, my dad's tractor went blacka, blacka, blacka. So times they haven't changed. The tractors last night don't make the same sound. Lowe's Construction of Beatrice is bringing through a 1966 Ford pickup. They're not only promoting their construction business of renovation and remodeling, but they're also reminding us of their business, K&C Tobacco, which is located in Fairbury. Notice that was not too long ago. A new business was in town. So, very good.
Like next we have the Diller FFA quote. They make a magic moment and join FFA. There are many magical moments in FFA. Join FFA, join the magic.
This is a group of young leaders that we have much to be proud of in our community and in our school district. I am pleased to see the FFA program continue because it is one of few opportunities for young people to learn parliamentary procedure and the quality of leadership experiences that they can have through this organization. Ron Richter is our local chapter sponsor, and I realize that a number of the members will be participating and competing in the Jefferson County and Gage County fairs, as well as the Nebraska State Fair. So we wish you all the very best, and thank you for your entry in our parade this evening. All right, now talking about feel the power. This year, the 2003-2004 Diller Odell Griffin Power Lifting Team took home first place at the state champion powerlifting finals for Class D. And we want to say 5 Class D state powerlifting meets here in our district. Also, we have a number of these folks who are going to live as the Cornhusker State Games. If you're listed at the Cornhusker State Games, raise your hand. Okay, a couple of them. I know about 5 of them are going. Bonnie Loping is the coach with assistant coach Alan Ross and Adam Ross. So, congratulations to the powerlifters. They've had an awesome year and keep up the good work. Finally in the evening, an opportunity to see some wonderful, wonderful horses within equestrian entry. Now we have the Homestead Riders 4-H Club. This is the current court of 2004 with Ashley Fritzen, Princess Courtney Hayes, and flag bearer Justin Whitler. Club leaders are Jill Bertmeyer and Crystal Hayes. And their project leaders are Jeff Hardy and Connie Smith. We wish them the best of luck as they move forward into their fair season and their competition season. Next, we have the Little Blue Valley Volunteers Chapter of the National Wild Turkey Federation. Their annual banquet is at 6 p.m. on August 13th, coming up very, very soon, the VFW in Fairbury. And so curious, we have 5 adults and so this morning chicks in our front yard. It's like, and it asks Richard looking forward with the Countryside Co-op. How fun! Countryside Co-op is located at the south end of Commercial Street, just across the railroad track, and to the east. Formerly First Co-op, now renamed Countryside Co-op, they welcome you to stop by for your agricultural needs. Thank you for your interest. They remind you that they can service your farm, acreage, and home business needs for propane, agronomy, tires to feed, and grain handling needs. They invite you to come down and see their friendly folks at their local Diller location. They also want to give a special thanks to Jeff Roden for his team of horses and his 19 plenty manure spreaders. Jeff and his team are available for all special occasions. If you are interested, make sure you stop by Countryside Co-op for more information. Another wonderful set. David Valley comes to us this evening representing Boone. They ask you to keep them in mind for all of your feed needs. David, I wanted to ask you, do you provide services of transport for people on special occasions such as weddings, proms, special events? David Valley, not Bowie. Whoa! Then we really have a celebrity. David Valley from the Athens, Nebraska. Thank you for coming, David. We are so delighted to welcome another MFA organization this evening, the Fairbury Group. Remember I stated that I was proud that this organization remains vibrant in our region and is certainly one of several excellent youth organizations that provides opportunities in developing leadership skills. The Fairbury chapter has had a very successful year at state and some national competitions. We thank you for coming and we wish that you have an equally great year. You do have miracles. in August, and you do not need to be present to win. So, what can a car get any cheaper than that? We got two great opportunities to win a vehicle tonight. One for KUT and now a great vintage for KRBN. We thank you for the effort you went to bring your entry down tonight. I would encourage people to support you and to listen. And now we have a 1960 50-horse HP or horsepower case steam engine. This is wonderful. This is owned by Southeast Nebraska. Steam Power Incorporated. It is sponsored by Tim Real Estate and Motley Carpenter Construction. It is wonderful. Will there ever be an opportunity that folks can see you use this in a graphic bee or something? I know that there are graphic bees and those things around, and so that's wonderful. And speaking of showing off magic moments, we have Sarah Kim back here proudly sharing her wonderful grandchildren. Next we have a 1982 minivan, definitely minivan, sponsored by Valley View Animal Clinic and driven by Dr. Cindy Pratt. This one she doesn't have to carry too many supplies in there. Now, Diller Picnic on the Harley, also sponsored by the Valley View Animal Clinic, and Gerald and Madison staff with their pink elephants. Now, I want to know, does the Valley View Animal Clinic work on elephants? So if I was sick elephant, I could bring it in and you guys will fix it up? Good to know. Because I heard the word, the next popular pet, plastic roller that we have through is now elephant. Yeah, cool. Keep Valley View Animal Clinic in mind. Thank you. Oh my, we've got the big and the small on this trailer. We have the Blue Valley Ford Collectors Association. Carmichael Trenching of Wymore, Nebraska, bringing you this new treat. We have a 1963 Ford Sun Super Dexa, a 1954 Ford 8N, and a 1942 Ford 9N. You know, when my dad had his Ford, when I was a child, I didn't realize it was the same name. Next, we welcome an entry in Ellis Chalmers entry of a WD-45, brought to us by the same organization, the Blue Valley Antique Collectors Association. Chuckles invites you over to Fairbury some warm evening and says, come over and have some fun. They've brought to us several wonderful car entries. These are all great cruising cars. These are the kinds of cars you get in on an evening like this and just cruise the country. Certainly not the gravel roads, though. I like that. You would see, that's a good car. I like the vet in front of it, too. Yeah. Oh my gosh, look, the wheels are painted the same color. The details in the cars are just wonderful. I mean, never have enough time to share them all with you. We would invite you to come over or share a little information with us about your entry. Who are you sponsored by? Who name on you, so I'm not going to try. But we really appreciate your coming through this evening and sharing your wonderful animal entries. And last but not least, here's the Goofy Powerlifting float again. This truly tells me we're at the end of the float. Now they're up to doing the princess wave as they go through. So with that, we are going to call the 2004 108th Diller Picnic Parade a done deal. We thank you all for coming. We hope you have had a wonderful time. We certainly have. We're glad to see the sun going down. It's getting a bit cooler. Go enjoy some good food, some good time to visit, and don't forget the magician, the carnival, bingo, food, and fun. We hope to see you back here next year. Let's pray that this year is a safe and joyful one for you all. Good night on behalf of the community of Diller.
An hour, that means 4 of your favorites coming up. Now, this weekend, another great-looking movie has hit the theaters. Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. It's a new comedy starring Will Ferrell as the scotch-swilling 70s sexiest news anchorman who delivers news poorly, but is a star in his native San Diego. It certainly looks like an awesome movie. Sounds like a great theme. And when Veronica Morningstone, played by Christina Applegate, gets hired as an anchorwoman at Ron Station, he and his team of ragtag friends do everything they can to keep her entertained her seat. Applegate told us that working with Will Ferrell was a memorable experience.
Well, it's the best thing that I could possibly have done for my life. And I think that anyone, if they ever get the opportunity to work with him or just hang out with him, have dinner with him, whatever, take a shower with him, they need to. An extraordinary human being, a master talent.
Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy also stars Paul Rudd, Steve Carell, and David Kushner as well as Fred Willard and Vince Vaughn. That's in the theaters as well. It's in theaters now. Check it out. It's done with theaters. I know I got it on my list to head out and try and see this one again. Yeah, sure. And what's coming up? Party of the Rock continues next on Froggy 98. Froggy 98. What are we all about? We're all about a great way of life. Our